All right, thanks for that, Mary. The holidays are a time for family and friends and parties, cooking, baking, traveling, wrapping presents. The list goes on. We're all very busy, but one thing that a lot of people are missing out on is sleep. And joining me now is Dr. Laura Gross with Stanford Healthcare, here to talk about the importance of it. Thanks so much for being here. A lot of us are not getting enough sleep. This is just a societal problem.
Yes, it is. I was just talking to Ian, actually, just telling me how difficult it is for him to get to sleep, which is very similar to my patients. Mm-hmm. A lot of people tell me that they have difficulty either falling asleep at night, or some people feel like they don't need enough sleep. They feel like they get by on 5 to 6 hours, and that feels good to them.
Yeah, people use that as a badge of, honor,
exactly.
That I don't need that much sleep.
Yeah.
So what are the first steps to getting a healthy amount of sleep?
So the first step is really to believe that sleep is important. So anytime you're going to make a lifestyle change, you have to believe that it's something necessary for you to do.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That probably is huge. So you're
really
at least committed and invested.
Exactly. And then so you want to believe in the importance of it.
Yes. Okay. And then the purpose. I mean, I guess in order for us to be invested in it, is remind us of what it does to our body when we get sleep. So
sleep is a very active process. It's not a time where you should be doing something else or could be doing something else. Mm-hmm. It's really important. During sleep, your body is. Your organs are all working together to clean toxins from your body and your brain. Hormones are being produced, memories are being made, so all your neurons are connecting to each other, one connecting to another, creating pathways in your brain that are creating memories. So important items are being put in, and unimportant things are being let go.
Okay, so we're talking both mentally and physically.
Mentally and physically.
These very important steps. Okay, so people should not think of it as, I'm being lazy.
Right, exactly. Sleep is often felt, or there's kind of a feeling out there that sleep is kind of for underachievers. Mm-hmm. And it's not true, actually. I try to tell people, because there's a kind of top-down sentiment that if you sleep more, you're not as good. But I try to tell people, actually, the CDC says that 35% of Americans aren't getting enough sleep, and if you're not getting enough sleep, you're actually more like the majority than you are like
you're average. You're very basic.
Average, yeah. If you want to be special, you need to get enough sleep so that you have the mental capacity to be productive.
So talk about some of the negative effects of not getting enough sleep.
Okay, so when you don't get enough sleep, your brain will crave energy, and so it will do things, make you do things that will give you quick energy, which one of those things is to
eating
overeat.
Sugar.
Yeah, overeat, and so you'll gain weight. Our Stanford cardiologist will tell you that if you get enough sleep, your blood pressure can lower by 10%, which is has an important effect as taking blood pressure medication.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah, totally. Crabby. That's one thing that I see with people.
Yeah, if you're not getting enough sleep, the world just seems to be a little bit of a darker place. People can seem more annoying. It's harder to just relate to people.
To deal.
Yeah, it's hard to deal, and it's hard to think on your feet. It's hard to drive. Motor vehicle accidents go up.
Mm-hmm. We're seeing accident prone, right? Yeah. Motor vehicle accident. People falling asleep behind the wheel.
Asleep. Basically, it's hard to multitask if you haven't slept. So you can do very basic things if you're sleep deprived, but otherwise it's really hard to have that higher mental thought process.
And I saw memory loss there on the list as well.
Over time, if those toxins build up in your brain, you can imagine your brain controls everything. You can actually, there's a thought that dementia can be a byproduct of not getting enough sleep as you get older, which means harder to move, harder to be agile, harder to control your emotions, harder to be who you are, basically, if you haven't gotten enough sleep.
Yeah, that's huge. All right, and so how much sleep do we need, bottom line? We've heard different studies over the years on this.
Okay, so the average person needs 8 hours of sleep.
Okay.
And so anywhere between 7 to 9 hours. So
Okay.
average of 8 hours.
Okay. Now we were talking earlier that I sometimes split my sleep because of my
Yeah.
crazy sleep
Oh,
schedule,
yeah.
getting up in the morning. Is that better than not getting enough?
Yes.
I suppose.
Yeah, it's definitely better to try to get those as many hours during the day as possible.
Whenever you can get them.
Whenever you can get them. And if you do wake up in the middle of the night, don't worry. A lot of people wake up. A lot of people ask me, like, I wake up in the middle of the night.
Yes, and
My
then you
advice,
start having anxiety about it and looking at the clock.
Don't look at the clock. So just keep the lights low. Do whatever it is you want to go to the bathroom, take care of your family, just read a book, just keep it quiet. And then when you're ready, go back to sleep and catch the rest of the 8 hours.
Okay, and before
Yeah.
you go to sleep, as far as getting the best sleep,
Yes,
what are some
okay.
of the good practices for
So
that?
the sleep process begins when you first wake up in the morning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so when you wake up, the light hits the back of your eye, and your nerves send messages to your brain telling you that it's morning time to wake up. And as the day goes on, your brain produces melatonin, which basically throughout the day, as it gets darker, your brain produces more and more melatonin until it reaches a critical level where you then feel sleepy and you fall asleep. So if you pick a bedtime that's consistent every day, your brain will get better and better at producing that melatonin over the day and then giving you just the right amount before you fall asleep.
And now, how do you feel about these melatonin supplements that people have been taking?
So if you do the lifestyle changes that you need, your brain should give you enough melatonin. So pick a bedtime that is in the dark and a wake-up time that's in the light if you can. Keep your room dark and cold. So darkness promotes sleep. You can put like towels over your windows.
Yeah, blackout curtains.
Yeah, blackout
all that.
curtains. Keep it as cold as possible, like a dark cave.
Okay.
Consistency, so try not to vary that sleep time, because you can imagine your brain is doing what it has done before, and it works really well when it's got that consistency. So keep your bedtime the same. Try not to vary it on the weekends. I'm always telling my kids that.
I'm breaking all the
same.
rules,
I know.
Laura.
Keep it the same. Pick a bed. If you get up at 4 in the morning, try to pick a bedtime that's 8 hours prior. And I have a lot of patients tell me they have to stay up very late at night answering emails, etc. That's fine. Pick your bedtime 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, whatever's realistic for you that you can really do. If you have to stay up till 1, don't pick your bedtime to be 10.
Stick something that you can stick with. Pick something
exactly.
that you can stick with.
Be realistic for you.
All right.
Yes.
I'm motivated to change my ways. Dr. Laura Gross from Stanford, thank you so much for all of those
Thank you for
tips. We
having me.
appreciate it. All right, we are going to be right back.